One. All right, good morning, everybody. This live is in regards to small accounts. We're gonna do a small account challenge. How it's gonna work is I really don't want people to follow everything exactly. What I want people to understand is you have to play at your comfortability, at what you are comfortable with losing. Also, having a mental stop loss, because playing with a small account, a mental stop loss is very important. I don't use stop losses, but I do use mental stop losses. And mental stop losses is a max amount of a percentage or amount, a dollar amount of how much of a position I am willing to lose, or how much of a loss in a position I'm willing to take. So with that being said, I'm starting with 500 and I'm starting with 2000. Chase is 2000, 500 is E-Trade. Now people ask, okay, what's the benefits of these accounts? It's not a benefit of these accounts. I'm planning to do the exact same trades in each account, but the difference is my risk with one or the other. Now, another thing that people need to understand is when you're trading with a small account, everybody says it's always best. Like some people, everybody has a different approach. Mine's was always 50% of the account, but the thing is, you have to apply the rule, which I shared this on Twitter. There's a breakdown of when you have a small account, a medium account, or a large account. There's there's a very important strategy to go by. So when you have a large account, but you are afraid that you don't want to size too, like you're afraid to size, that if you size too much, that basically when you get into like a weekly, let's say for instance, that is a liquid or it's not much liquid and doesn't have much movement, you take a bigger risk. So the best strategy with a large account, this actually applies to all accounts, I'm gonna be honest with you, is to play at the money strikes, and also buy time. So it's the same strategy I've been using over time. It's basically compounding, but you're compounding with two different strikes. Well, I'm gonna explain that. So let's say I'm buying, I'm gonna use a perfect example, one of my favorite stocks, XLU ETF, not a stock, ETF. With XLU, the benefit of trading that is it's best to trade that, in GT are best to trade with small accounts. Why? Because the goal isn't to buy more. And I think that's what people don't understand. The goal is to find a way to get that percentage gain that you're looking for with a certain ticker. So for me, I know XLU, I can get an easily 20 to 50% on that stock. I mean, on that ETF, trading it. And I'm going to basically break that down a little bit so I can actually use this here. So I'm going to show you here. I'm actually going to bring access to the full screen. So give me 1 second. So you guys can see every single detail. Okay, so this is XLU. Okay, so I'm going to be trading this. This is not going to be what I'm going to be trading. It probably might be up there, but I want to give you guys an example. This would be my example. So looking at XLU, let's say this is a bullet setup, right? XLU trades in increments of 50 cents. So what does increments of 50 cents mean? I'm going to show you now. So we're scrolling down. This is your option chain for XLU. This is this week's. XLU is currently closed at 66.91. It will be opening above 67. So for someone with a small account, the best strategy here, let's say you have $500, right? You're starting full cash with $500. So me, what I usually do is I would take 250, which is half of the account, and I would play at the money or in the money. Okay, so at the money is basically literally playing 67. In the money would be playing 66.50 calls. Okay, so that would be a safe bet. 67 would be the second safe bet. So what I would do there is I usually would swing it for 1 to 2 days. If I cannot get 20 to 50% on that gain, I'm canceling it by the third day. So there's a reason I like to start Fridays and Mondays. Fridays, just in case there's a gap up or gap down, depending on the side that I'm on, and it benefits me, where I can get out the position and re-enter position on the pullback for Monday. But if we start on a Monday, the goal is, if it moves on a Monday, let's say Monday you get into a position, you have $250 in it. This is a small account, right? You're playing in the money. It goes up 20 to 50%. If it doesn't exceed 20 or 50% by Tuesday, then I'm taking that 20 and 50% and I'm going to get back into it later. I usually give myself time till Wednesday. You're usually swinging 1 to 3 days, okay? And if you have time, let's see, for those that work, you buy next week's. You always buy next week. So the strategy here is, now I'm going to show you another way. Like, this is how you add into it to play safe. So some people, they don't like to allocate all their funds that they have available. So there's a way to do that. So you have this week's and you have next week's. I'm going to scroll down. So with $500, what I would play is, I would play 67 calls this week. That's going to allow me to buy, if I want, I mean, right now it's looking at 40 cents by 55 cents, which is 47.50, right? So I'll be able to get 5 contracts for half the account. So instead of using $500, I'll use $250. And if you want to, you can play the next week's as well and use that exact same amount, which would be the other half, and play the exact same strike. So you're playing the same strike, but with same week, for the same week and then the next week. So what you usually do here is you size with next week and you go small with the same week. So with $500, you can use $300 to get into next week's, and you can use $200 to get into this week's. So since you're at this point, you're swinging, right? Because you have a trade that expires next week. So that trade that expires next week, if that doubles, that covers your initial position that is for the same week. So I'm going to say that again. Your size position, which would be the $300 that's in next week 67s, that would be, you just sit on that. You're going to sit on that, and that's going to be in that. This is if, let's say if the position works in your favor, you're on the right side of the trade, yet you caught a bottom, you caught a top, that position is your safety position. Your weekly position is your scalping position. So you're allowed to hold that for, let's say, 1 or 2 days. If you have a cash account, you can, the benefit of a cash, the benefit of a cash account is you can only use what you have available. So you can actually scalp $500 if you're trading, let's say, 50 cents, 50-cent option strikes, right? That move 20 to 50% within that day. And you can scalp that about 10 times, because that 50 cents is equivalent to $50 per contract. So that allows you 10 trades if you're doing 1 trade each. But that's if you want to think of it like that. Again, I'm trying to give you guys different methods, because there's so many different ways to approach doing a challenge for yourself. But this challenge also, what it's going to do, it's going to show you that you don't need a lot to make a lot. And a small account actually keeps you more disciplined than a large account. A large account, it makes us get crazy. I know a lot of people that have large accounts that work from a small account, and they got to a large account and they're scared to trade their large account. They only use 10% of their large account. Some people use 5% of their large account, depending on what it is, you know? So for me, I'm a risk taker. I trade differently from a lot of people. So when people ask me, oh, what do you suggest? My answer to that is whatever you are comfortable with. And they'd be like, oh, I know it's what you're comfortable with. No, it's what you are comfortable with, because you can say, oh, I'm comfortable to lose this, but once you lose it, you're complaining. So you aren't comfortable with losing that. You have to be comfortable with losing a certain amount. So that's basically going to be your stop loss, whatever you're comfortable, what you're comfortable with losing. So with a $500 account, I'm comfortable with losing half of that account. but that's where everything stops. At half of the accounts lost, that's where I'm comfortable of losing. So from there, I cannot lose anymore. And if I feel that I don't want to lose anymore, I have to start looking at trades that I know I can build it back up from. You know, the thing that everybody does is going all in. Like when people, I showed them my trades when I did the I think it was 5,000. I did a $500 account. I did a $5,000 account. I did a $25,000 account, and I took these all over 100K within 14 days. Some I did it in 7 days. You know, I took 500 to 50K in 2 weeks. You know, it's sometimes you get into a flow, and that's the crazy part. You have to have focus, you have to be sharp, and a lot of people don't understand that. And that's a big part of this. You cannot have any emotions with a small account. With a small account, it keeps that discipline in check, it keeps your emotions in check. You have to leave those emotions at the door. And I'm telling you guys this, there's no secret to trading a small account. You see a lot of people doing these small accounts, and I like to talk about this. A lot of people do small accounts. One, a lot of services that do it, and I'm not included in this. Jay and Vala is not included in this because me and Jay and Vala started the small account challenges. We started this years ago, and now a lot of services are using that to lure in other people. So another thing I want to point out to everybody is, if a person is doing a small account challenge, what the hell are they doing with their regular account? See, the thing about me is, since day one, when I do a small account challenge, I'm still trading 2 accounts, because that's what I'm doing. Unless I want to give myself, I just want to see, like, I usually do small account challenges just to see if my discipline's still there. And it also helps me and keeps me in check with, okay, what I've been doing the whole time. This is why I've been fucking up with my sized account. So so that's another thing. So when you see a lot of people doing these small account challenges, you got to steer, like you have to be careful, because that's a way to lure you in. Like, oh, I turned 500 into 5,000. That is very easy to do. You have to do it with the right discipline. But you have to also remember, some people just keep trying it and trying it and trying it. And then once they get it, that's when they post it. You know, and see, that thing is about me, I do things live. I do it with you guys. I did it with you guys in the past. I've turned a lot of your accounts, and no, I don't. This is the goal for a small account challenge. It's not for me to turn your small accounts into big accounts by you following my trades. It's you following my discipline. So I'm going to repeat that again. You are following my discipline. You are following my strategy. Okay. So you're going to use my strategy to help actually enhance yours or add to yours. It's going to help you tweak your own strategy, and it's going to help you tweak how you think, you know, because nobody likes to lose money. It's like going into a casino, right? You're in a casino, you go with $500. I learned this from my mom too. Whatever you start with, let's say if I start with $500, I start with $100 bill, I put it in a machine. Whatever I win in that machine, I walk away, I put that in my pocket, I go to the next machine or next table, and I put another 100 there. I told myself that the max I'm willing to lose is 300 at the casino. If I make 300 at the casino, I leave. Everything has to have a rule. It's like how algos work in execution. If this crosses this and it holds and confirms, this is your next level. That's how you have to put everything. That's how everything is all mental. So with the 500, with anybody trading with a $500 account, a $250 account, you have to trade tickers that are in your price range. So XLU and GT for small accounts. You can play big board stocks, like what I mean by that, like big ticker stocks with big range stocks. The only time to play those is to play it on a Friday, because premiums are at the same quality or same price range as GT and XLU. So people want to play, let's say, Melee, you want to play now, but the premiums are expensive. Then you would have to have the discipline to wait till every Friday to trade it. Another ticker, which is number one ticker of all tickers, I mean, my baby, everybody knows, is SPY. SPY is a ticker that you learn that ticker, you can turn a small account into a large account within a month or 2 months if you have the right discipline. So I can take $500 to 5,000 within a week with SPY, because I know SPY off the back of my hands. I know when to trade it when it's cheap to where I can get the maximum upside. But the thing about trading cheap is people think that, oh, it's cheaper, I can buy a lot more contracts because it's going to go high. That is not true. You lose faster when you buy more. That's why they say buy less. Less is more. You lose faster when you buy more, especially if you're buying contracts that are 10 cents on a Monday. You would need that stock to move a nice big move by Tuesday, Wednesday to get your money's worth. By Wednesday, that 10 cents becomes 5 cents. By Thursday, that 5 cents becomes worthless because premium and decay start hitting Wednesday. So another reason why I give myself 3 days. I don't give myself 3 days from any day. I give myself 3 days from Friday and from Monday. Monday counts as day one. Friday counts as day one. So by Tuesday, if I don't see movement, I am out of that trade. Same thing for Friday, allows me to see what's going to happen Monday. So if the trade does not work, I know I can revisit the trade Monday. And Monday, it gives me the view of how the week's going to start out. So let's say a 2D, a 4D chart starts on a Monday. That's another benefit. That's why I like to trade Fridays and Mondays, because usually 2Ds, 4Ds, and 3Ds start Mondays or Fridays. So it gives me another edge, right? And by Monday, it lets me see exactly where they're going to close at, especially the 2 days. So SPY is another vehicle to trade. You can make money with trading SPY, and you don't need a lot. I've turned 50 cents into $5 trading a SPY. It's very possible. 50 cents, AKA $50 into $500. That's just one contract. And that's one contract bought off of a $500 position. It's all about discipline. You have to give yourself, you can trade with stop losses. Mine is mental. My mental stop loss is factors with 3 days, and it factors with an amount that I'm comfortable with, like letting my account drop to. And if you are up and you're worried about, I don't want to use this in good faith, or you want to use this in good faith, take the good faith, wait 3 days and get back and do it again. You know, it's basically like a reset. And what's in good faith is you did too many trades within a time period, a 3-day time period that you shouldn't be doing. I mean, usually it happens with cash accounts and non-cash accounts, especially if you're under the day trader pattern day trader. So again, the goal is not to be greedy. The goal is to be smart. You want to give yourself time with a trade. You want to see how the trade is looking. You want to wait. You want to be patient when you get into a trade. So with that being said, whatever you start with this week, today, if I get into a position, don't jump in right away. Give yourself time. If you see a position is moving that I just got into, buy the next strike up, but the week after, never the same week. That's where a lot of people get caught. You know, sometimes I alert things and they're already moving. If you notice, and for you guys that notice, when we trade live and people put a question mark on one of the alerts, like he alerted at 20 cents, it's now at 30 cents. For those that traded live with me, you guys know I don't BS. I do not bullshit with my entries, because live, y'all see it. I'll call something right before it happens. And an instant, in literally 2 to 5 seconds, it's up 50 to 100%. And that's not me alerting it anywhere. That's just me getting into something at the right time. SPY. When people are like, holy shit, like, how did you know that was going to happen? You called that to the T. Like, it holds here, boom, it breaks out. You question mark it because you are that one chasing. Do not chase. Let it come to you. Just wait. Be patient. Another method is, if you see me take profit at a certain level, that's also another sign that you can go short or you can go long. So if I'm shorting something and I'm taking profit at a level that it reaches, that's also an opportunity to go long. So also remember that whatever side I'm on, it also gives you opportunity to be on the opposite side too, especially when I'm taking profit or I'm satisfied with that profit. So when we're doing this challenge, You don't ask questions, and I'm giving you guys, this is how rules apply. This is why we do small account challenges. We keep it to ourselves. You update. I want you guys in Daily Profit and Gold to update daily. So when you update daily, you're going to update. You're going to copy that link to that thread that you started in Daily Profit and Gold, and you're going to keep updating in that thread. You're going to keep updating it. Okay. So for example, since I'm doing the big screen, I'm going to show you guys what you're going to do. All right. So I got all you guys here. So let's see, Daily Profits and Goals, right? This is Daily Profits and Goals. You guys see how you have all your posts. So let's say you can put starting, right? Oops, sorry, my computer just updated too, so it's a little laggy. Starting, let's say you started with $500, right? This is just an example. I'm gonna post it in Daily Profit and Goals. You guys can see it here. Is an example. So we all know what we started with for the day. So boom, at the end of the day, I'm plus, let's say $80 today. So my total gain is $80. So I'm up $80. So that's plus 80. So that's 500. I started with five. Oh, well, let me do it like this. Oh, sorry. Let me edit that. Give me a second. I'm used to doing everything on my phone because it's so easier. All right. So I started with 500. You don't have to put starting, but you can put starting like $500. Started with 500 plus 80 profit. Now you can do closing or opening. You can do that, closing or opening, whatever your closing is at the end of the day. So closing 580, right? So boom, I'm up 580. Hit enter. Next day, new day, right? This is after you, so you're still gonna post your trades in the trading floor, your open and closing trades. But after you do that, you gotta come in here. You're gonna go to your thread that you started. So this is my thread. I'm going to hit reply in thread, my own thread. A lot of people, please do not comment in somebody else's thread. Use an emoji. You can definitely use an emoji. Do not comment in somebody's thread because this is going to be your, this is going to be your journal. This is why I made Daily Profit and Gold. This is your journal. It keeps track, but it also gives your coworkers or your members, your community members, your community family. That's what we are in here. It gives your members to look at what you're doing and to cheer you on. You see me with the ninja sign. You see a lot of people toasting, the surfboard, all of that, whatever emoji. You're getting your love. Whether you're doing good or bad, you're going to get love. This is how it is because we encourage each other to do great. And that's what it is. And don't worry about what else somebody else is making more of. That's not your concern. Focus on your account. You focus on somebody else's account, that's going to be an issue. That's going to throw you off. So you're going to reply in thread. All right, it's Tuesday, a new day, or it's Wednesday. I haven't updated my Daily Profit and Gold because my account has not changed. Or let's say it's Tuesday, minus 200. I made a mistake. So now that's $380 closing. So closing now is $300, right? Oops, sorry, 380. So that's closing now, right? And I'm gonna update this every day. You're gonna update it with the day. You're gonna update it. You don't have to update it with the trade. You can, and also update it with the trade too. You wanna be like, okay, I made the mistake by going along with XLU when I just should have waited. That cost me this and that much. You're gonna keep doing this every single day. Thread it in your own thread. And how to save that thread link? Well, this is what you do. You go to share message of your own thread, right? You hit copy link. Add that to your notes in your phone because you're gonna always need that to go back to. That's gonna be able to click that. You're gonna be able to click that and you're gonna be able to update that every single chance you can. And if you have any questions, you can share that thread to one of your members. Just in case y'all see y'all doing the same thing. That's another thing too, which I love what I'm doing here, is it's going to allow you guys to feed off each other. Like, damn, you make that same mistake too? All right, let's put each other in check. It's like having little groups. Like, all right, I'm one of those that do this. I'm one of those that I have a bad habit of holding. I need and then somebody else does the same thing. All right, look, I'm put you in check. You're down this much. Like if that was me, same thing, boom. You have to, like, that's another way. It's everything is teamwork. You know, it's teamwork. It's that push. And by teamwork, it's pushing each other to do better. That's what I mean. Not worrying about what this person is making or anything like that. It's encouragement. You want to encourage each other. All right. So this is what I want you guys to do. Journal it all. Daily profit and goals, all of that. So again, starting with 500 in E-Trade, starting with 2,000 in Chase. Now I'm gonna let you guys know this. I already started Friday. I didn't start with E-Trade, but I started with Chase. I already started in a position, and you guys know I update everything. I keep you guys posted. Now, another thing you got to understand is, because my small account moves faster than a lot of people's, is because I'm in and out a lot of things, or I can hold and I can wait for the move that I'm looking for to happen. Some people just hold too long. People wait and need a signal like, oh, did you sell yet? Did you sell yet? You can't ask me, did I sell yet? If you're green, take it. I get it. Let it run more. If you let it run more, let it run more. That's fine. Look for another trade to take. And that's a lot of things for a lot of people. Like, look for another trade to take.